What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys today? Man, living in New York is great, but when you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, the West Coast is different, and you're an Arizona fan, the time is different. So, yesterday, when they moved the game to prime time, I was super excited, right? Because by the time I got home, I wanted to relax. And I knew it was going to be a great game because you knew both teams can score, right? It's pretty much a mirror image of each other because Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray are very, very similar. Obviously, Russell's more advanced now and a better quarterback, but Kyler is going to be close to him hopefully one day. But he's almost there now, but not yet. And then you got an amazing receiver in DeAndre Hopkins, and you got a really great receiver in DK Metcalf. And then you got, your other receivers like Tyler Lockett, who had an insane game, who match up with guys. It's better than Kirk, but Kirk can still get some touchdowns. As you see, he hasn't been performing in the field, but he's been performing in the red zone, which is good for now. We needed somebody to do good in the red zone, and he stepped up because all the attention's on Hopkins. Larry is just Larry, still makes the catches what you need to do. He's doing what I wanted Kirk to do, but Larry's getting those 2nd and 10s, and he's getting 9 yards and 8 yards, and so it's a really good matchup, right? Defensively, I got to say the Cardinals are better than Seattle defensively. However, it's just that the Cardinals are really going through so many injuries, man. They're dropping like flies on the team, and as much as Vance Joseph can really improve in a lot of ways, you can't blame him when you start seeing your whole team go down, right? And even Kirkpatrick yesterday, I felt for him because this guy was limping and he was playing his hardest. So let's get into the game, right? The Arizona Cardinals obviously won the game, and not for a lack of heart attacks and seizures for the Arizona Cardinal fans like me. So you're looking at the game and you're like, okay, the first drive in Seattle, and you see Russell Wilson just completely dominate the defense, score immediately, and you're like, all right, here we go. Like, don't tell me it's going to be one of those games. Then you watch Arizona come down and again make a couple of bad play calls, and you're just starting to wonder, what are you doing on these screens, and what are you doing? Why are you not handing the ball off more? Just a few things that, you get a little curious about. And then you see, again, Tyler Lockett just right up the middle. Now, the first play of the game for Tyler, let me go back. Let's not talk about Patrick Peterson or anybody defense. Patrick Peterson looked amazing yesterday. He played such great defense the whole game. Those couple plays by Lockett were unbelievable on some of these catches. Like, you can't play better defense. First of all, you can't put the ball better than Russell did, and you had to make an amazing catch, and Lockett did, so you tip your hat to them, right? That's not going to happen all the time. But on some plays, the way the middle was open for guys like Hollister and Olsen, and you're just sitting there, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? Lockett's running across the field like it's flag football, right? Metcalf was getting shut down, right? Great. That was wonderful, right? We seem to have his number so far in his early career. I wouldn't bank on that being. But then you seen the big interception that Russell threw that kind of changed everything, right? And then DK Metcalf looked like when I bet horses, and then I would have Buda Baker, and then some of the horse just come on and track. And let me tell you something, Metcalf, you're not supposed to run that way at that size, and it's just looked like a trailer coming just with legs flying, and it was unbelievable. Probably one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen. So that changed everything. Now let's talk about the coaching there, because Cliff Kingsbury went for it on 4th down, and it was a horrible, horrible decision. It wasn't fourth and inches, and it just the way the play calling went, instead of running it right, instead of just kind of getting creative with the plays there, it was ridiculous. And now that on 4th down, you kind of rushed it. Kyler ran backwards. You take the points there, right? If you get the points, you're within 3. You got something for that interception. And if you don't get it, you change the momentum, which had happened there. And I didn't like it, right? So Cliff Kingsbury had some amazing calls yesterday, right? It was really good. And then there was some questionable calls. And if it wasn't for Seattle's dumb plays or bad defense, probably wouldn't have won the game, right? Because some penalties just helped us out. So there's a lot of things that I'm seriously worried about with Cliff, because Cliff is clearly a young coach with a really, really smart mind, okay? He's got it. He's definitely got it, but he's going to have to learn like some of the plays, right? He's going to have to learn excuse me, I'm sorry. Somebody's like screaming next to me and coughing, I don't know. So I'm trying to get away when I walk with the mask. When I'm near people, I put it up. So anyway, the point is, he's going to have to learn when you're doing plays, right? When you're playing great teams, these bombs on third down, on 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 3 are not going to work all the time, right? These screens, again, like DeAndre Hopkins when he fumbled the ball, and then the other play with DeAndre Hopkins when they completely didn't block, and which I loved Kyler Murray for screaming at his team, and then that they had to pull him off to stay chill. I don't care. He's right. This is a big game. You can't miss blocks like that. You had 2 guys, and this dude just ran right around you. You can't do that. And these screens are clearly, whoever they play know that Arizona likes to do screens. And maybe you go away from it for a game or two just to kind of get it out of people's head a little bit. Like, you can't keep doing it all the time. And when you miss, Seattle is easily going down there and just scoring. So let's fast forward, right? Kirk got a big touchdown at the end towards, when it was, I believe it was the 3rd quarter, which was great. And credit to Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was making really, really great plays. And then the interception came when we finally got Russell to make a big mistake. And then right after that, Kyler threw the interception. And in my head, I'm like, God, it just seems like Seattle always has this luck where, you do something, we may, finally you get this amazing Russell Wilson to make a mistake, and we do it too, which is fine, right? Shit happens, it's going to go both ways. They all mess up. Where I want to give credit to Arizona is they didn't stop. They didn't stop giving up. Now, let's talk about, I don't want to break into the whole points. Let's talk about the second and final drive when we were down by 10. Arizona was playing that drive like we were only down by 7 or 3. And you got to start questioning, why are you running the ball so many times? And then now, you had to give Russell pretty much, we had a field goal. And then thank God the guy was leaping because it gave us a chance to score with Kirk again. But why were you not rushing? That's the point I'm trying to do. You're throwing the ball pretty much all game, and then you just start running the ball and you're getting conservative, and the time was just burning. I questioned that a lot. Now, it turned out to work out well for us that, the penalty happened, then we scored. Then you credit the defense, right? Because Hyde got that 2nd down run, and it was like 3rd and 2, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I honestly thought they should have faked the ball and faked it with Russell. They would have won the game. But they gave it to Hyde. If they faked it, Russell's going to get the 1st down. But credit to the defense, and more credit for Kyler not to get nervous. And all us Arizona fans know, if you watch Larry, he came up so clutch on getting these 7 or 8 yard catches and rushing the ball back. And we've seen that last time, and how great he was. And that's why you need a veteran. Zane Gonzalez ties the game, and you start saying, okay, here we go. Arizona kept losing more and more guys. You've seen Kirkpatrick going down, and you've seen him getting out of the game. And that poor guy tried so hard. What a great pickup for Arizona, and I felt for him. Thank God there's a bye week. So you go into overtime. Seattle gets the ball, and you're like, all right, wait a minute. It's over. Arizona plays the defense you need them to play. Your Edmonds runs down the field. You have a gassed defense, and then you don't even try to get further, which bothered me. You make Kyler run, kind of get caught and just set for the thing, and all you had to do is run it again. I understand you don't want to fumble the ball or something happens, but that defense was gassed. Make it a 25-yard field goal, a 30-yard field goal. 40-something is no chip shot, And that, again, here's where they got lucky, because you missed that. You gave Russell time, and even, I forgot who said it on the defense, or Edmonds was like, oh, here we go, it's over. And then sure enough, I'm so happy for Isaiah Simmons, because I guess Russell either didn't see him or didn't expect him to be so fast for his size that, he threw an interception. I'm so happy that Arizona's defense didn't quit. Credit to Vance Joseph for showing blitz and then taking it back and then kind of mix and matching, because that fooled Russell Wilson. But again, why are you not running closer? So there was a lot of play calls that bailed us out because Seattle's bad defense. I want to be happy and also critical of a little things, because you got to understand, that is something that Seattle's not going to make all those mistakes, right? So if you're playing in a game like that, we got to capitalize. So, listen, Cliff is doing an amazing job, and clearly Kyler is making everybody look better, right? But he definitely could be doing better. and hopefully he learns from it, because he's a young coach. This is his first year with Hopkins, and he's going to get better. Okay, he's going to get better. I know it. He's a smart coach, and he'll learn from his mistakes. But again, we got bailed out with a couple of these things. Same like the first couple of games of the season, where teams made mistakes, we capitalized. But you've seen what happened when we played Detroit and Carolina, when we easily could have looked bad. So if you play a good team that has really good defense, and we're struggling to score because of some dumb play calls, and that other team has not a bad offense, we're going to lose, right? Because at that point, our defense is hurt. We can't stop anybody. You got to start wondering, okay, let's kind of just, we know we got Kyler. You see Larry pretty much open all the time for like first and second down. You can pretty much get 5 or 6 yards with Larry almost all the time. So, I think simplifying some of these plays, and then maybe taking some shots when you're up 7-0, or, just leaving up a little bit more is fine. But when you're doing it when you're either down or it's tied, it's kind of scary. You kind of start getting worried about, okay, wait a minute, man. You got to remember, if we're going to play, say, for example, we go to the playoffs, which I believe we will, right? Say we go to the playoffs and we play the Buccaneers. First of all, now that they're going to get Antonio Brown, which they don't even need at this point, because this guy Johnson is stepping up as the third receiver. Their defense is amazing, which I told you guys a couple weeks ago. That team is so scary now that they can play defense. So you play a team like the Bucs, it's not going to happen. And then when you can score at will like that, I mean, it's going to stress. So let's analyze at the end. Let me just sum this up. Arizona, I was banging my walls, probably woke my baby, so happy that you guys won. And as a diehard fan, I will ride with you even if you were 0-16. That's the truth. I have rode with you for God knows how many years now, probably 20 or so. And it's like, I get it, right? I get it. I get that there's going to be mistakes and problems. But again, to be a real team, to be a team that can win a championship, to be a team that can at least go far, you got to correct these mistakes, and you got to make it easier on the defense. You don't want to go 3 and out, right? You don't want to keep doing dumb things. On 3rd and 2, you don't need to be taking deep shots to guys like Isabella or Hopkins unless it's an easy thing, right? You don't want to always do that, because if you miss, you're setting yourself up for a defense that's pretty much depleted right now, and just like they don't have enough. So that being said, I don't want to say too much, bad things, because they did so many wonderful things. And Hopkins was amazing as always. Larry, great. Kirk, I was so proud that he got in the end zone a couple of times. I still want more from in the middle of the field instead of just the red zone. But I'll take anything as opposed to 1 catch and no touchdowns. So I'm proud of him for that. And then one of the most guys I'm really happy for, 2 of them, is Patrick Peterson, because he really played his ass off. And then Isaiah Simmons, right? How could you not be happy for Isaiah Simmons? This guy is probably just like working so hard to get there, and that pick must have changed his whole life. And I guarantee he slept easier, and things are going to change now that they have him. And the last thing I want to say is Buda Baker, when you paid him, everybody knew, some people said it's risky. I knew it was a good move, but I don't even know if you paid him enough. That's how great this guy is. I mean, man, this man is in every play. When they thought he had a concussion, he's running back out there to play. This guy is just every bit of a leader on the field. He's a tackling monster. He's everywhere, and God, that was great. Reddick even played so well, which I'm so happy for him, because everybody thought he was going to get traded, including myself, the way he was playing, and now you put him back to his college days position. Arizona, let's not be too hard on Vance Joseph, man. When you get that many injuries, it's not easy. It's not easy, right? You're switching guys left and right, and Seattle also is no slouch, right? Russell Wilson is one of the most amazing human beings I've ever seen, and regardless of if he's a rival or not, you love to watch him. He's that incredible, and he's a good dude. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.